That's Lake Taupo there, largest freshwater lake in New Zealand. And the town of Taupo sitting around its shores. It's not a big town, it's got a permanent population of about 24,000, but it's a good tourist area. There's a lot for tourists to do down there. It's a geothermal area, so there's a lot of nice hot springs and that sort of thing. And the lake, and this is the Waikato River coming out of this side of it, is full of rainbow trout. So you get people down there in their waders in the freezing river, fly fishing, catching trout. There was, I don't know if there still is, but there was quite a lot of forestry going on down there years ago. I think there is still big forestry work going on down there. And that's the town of Taupo and Lake Taupo. And this is the Waikato River. It flows north for 425 kilometres. Exits out into the Tasman Sea just south of Auckland. Right up on the top of the screen there you can see another one of the tourist attractions. AJ Hackett's bungee jumping. There's people up there on the platform, so we won't go too close and have a look. Let's go a bit further down here and turn around and come back. So be brave doing a jump today. This water is absolutely freezing, boy. This is the Waikato River. This is heading back in towards the lake. And that's it heading north. Yeah, there's people up on there, we won't go too close. There's the retrieve boat down the bottom there. The victim does his dive down there, the cord stops him short of the water, and the retrieve boat gets him back into dry land. Well, hopefully the cord stops him short of the water. If it doesn't, he'd come up like a bloomin' popsicle today. And this is the Aratiatia Dam. It's about 14 k's north of Taupo. It's the first of 8 dams on the Waikato River, hydroelectric dams. This is the smallest one. There's the station, it's the Aratiatia power station. It's fueling that station, that dam. There's lookouts, there's an upper lookout there, but nobody seemed to be going there. This was the highest lookout people were going to. They open the dam every 2 hours, and it's just coming up to an opening now. That's why everybody's crowded around the platforms. There's another viewing platform further down there. Quite a lot of people were content to go to that one. And I heard a jet boat down here somewhere. It sounded like it was right down here. But the sirens had already gone for the dam to open, so I'd be surprised if they were. No jet boat. Man, I could have sworn he was right down there, He'll be on the other side of the power station somewhere. And I can hear a lot of noise coming up from the other way now. I reckon they've opened those sluice gates by the sound of it. Yep, there's a bit of water coming out of there now. That's 80,000 litres per second coming out of there. Sounds a lot, but it's only a really, very small dam. It's surprising how long it takes that water to come down there too. Now that it's got nice and noisy, we can creep in a bit closer and have a look without disturbing anybody. The water will rise up to the top of the dark marks on the rock there. That's its high tide mark. I really thought that would have come down a lot faster than that. Those people standing on the bridge down there get a good view of it. There's warning signs all along that bridge. No swimming, no fishing, no diving, no canoeing. You'd think their statements are the obvious, but there have been people killed in here trying to disobey the signs. There's also a no drone sign down there, of course. But there was no drone sign. There wasn't a no drone sign on the upper platform where we are. Just a no diving sign. But there was a senior lady there that chewed me ear about having a drone up there. Apparently I shouldn't have. She was a bit cranky about that. I explained the differences to her. Signs, no signs. She told me she wants to be a policeman when she grows up. I think she was just practicing. Man, that water really is coming down there quite slowly. I thought that would have really gushed down there, eh? There was also a couple up on the platform where we were. After it was all going, all over, and I was packing the drone up, he came over. He was quite excited that I got the drone footage. And he told me he'd run a raft over the Hooker Falls. It was only a practice run. He put an empty raft over there to see what had happened. Apparently the raft went over the falls all right, but went straight down into the lake below and was submerged for a couple of minutes before it popped back up like a blooming cork. So he decided against a manned expedition at that point. I really don't know how he managed to get the raft in there. It's quite a lot of security at those falls because it's pretty dangerous. But he had a big smile on his face when he was telling me. Yeah, that water's slowly finding its way down there now. They leave these sluice gates open for 15 minutes. It's far too cold to stand here for the whole 15 minutes. I'm just keen to see it work its way down to the lower pond. It's starting to gather a bit of pace now, I suppose. I've seen photos of it when it's the whole thing's full and it actually covers those rocks up at the top. So there is a lot more water to come. We've only been standing here for a few minutes. Yeah, it's finding its way down here now. I didn't work out how many litres of water would actually come out of there at 80,000 litres per second. It would be interesting. Yeah, here it comes now. When it gets down into that bottom pond, it should open out a little bit more. It's quite sedate down at the bottom, but I suppose that'll change as water levels rise. I suppose I can see how people would get sucked into perhaps swimming in that lower pond. It does look quite sedate, but I'm sure that's going to change pretty soon. But it's getting too cold. We've seen enough of this. I think we might start heading out of here.